guys, this is SyntheticGoddess. You're welcome to my weekly analysis. I'm going to be analyzing volatility 75 1S index. So I'm going to start from the monthly time frame. I'll start from the monthly time frame as our usual and our culture. Okay, so on this monthly time frame, I'm not really getting much information. So I will just dive into my weekly time frame to see what is happening on my weekly time frame. So on this weekly time frame, I'm getting a whole lot of information. We are in a downtrend, and then so I'm just going to mark out the trend. I'm going to mark out the break of structures. I'm going to mark out the structures we've been violating, and I'm going to mark out the PO highs we've been using. So it's going to give me a clue about which PO high I'm also going to use. So I'm going to mark out the PO highs we've been using, how the market has been respecting them, and then I'm just going to have a clue about what PO high will be used here. So I'm marking out this. The market respected this PO high over here after taking liquidity. So here is our liquidity that was taken. So I'm going to mark out that also. I'll mark out the liquidity that was also taken. So my structure that was broken after taking out liquidity. So I'm marking that out. The structure that was violated after liquidity has been taken. So here is the structure that was violated. So after violating this structure, let us see how the market has been respecting the PO highs inside the internal structures. So let's see how the market has been respecting them. So as you can see, this is an order block that was respected, a weekly order block that was duly respected. So that's for that. And after that, we took liquidity also here, which can only be visible on the daily time frame. We took liquidity here. So I'm just going to mark out the liquidity from this weekly time frame. All right, so here is the liquidity we took, and then we dropped massively. So I'm having a clue about the PO high I'm going to use for this volatility, since I am already seeing the PO highs it has been using and how it has been respecting them, and what it was doing when it took out the PO high. So as you can see, I'm marking out my PO high for this particular structure. So after taking liquidity, where is the break of structure? After taking that liquidity, the last PO high that was duly respected, after taking liquidity, where is the PO high that where is the break of structure that we broke? So here is the break of structure. So I had a clue that this is my last break of structure over here. So I'm marking out my PO high, the PO high I am expecting the market to respect. So this is my PO high over here. So then I will be considering this. First, I will be considering this as my liquidity. I'm going to be considering this as my first liquidity. So the market took away the liquidity, but it's so unfortunate we didn't get to the PO high. We only used something around this area. We only used our FVG here. We had bear valued gap here. We only used our FVG to continue to the downside. Like my last video, I spoke about FVG. So we used FVG to continue to the downside. We use FVG to continue to the downside. But that's not enough information for me to just decide that the market is continuing to the downside. I have to carefully watch why this PO high is not respected. So yeah, I'm marking out this PO high. I'm just marking it out. I'm just going to mark it out like, yeah. So I'm just going to go to my daily time frame and just watch why this particular PO high was not respected, and if it is still valid. As we can see, we had bear valued gap also here after the creation of that particular PO high. So meaning I still have this my PO high valid, although it is not tested, but I am still expecting a reaction from that PO high. So my PO high is still very valid. My PO high is still valid, and as you can see, this is a very valid gap over here after my PO high. So which PO high did this particular trade used? Okay, it respected one of my internal structures, so I'm not considering that as a valid test. So I am still considering this PO high as my valid test. I'm still considering this PO high as my valid test. So what am I going to do next? Even as such that I was going to take this trade. If I had seen this trade earlier, I would have taken it here. I would have taken it here because we had a break of structure and I was expecting this particular load to be taken. So I would have taken it here, in my very valid gap. Like the last video I made, I spoke about very valid gap. So if you've not really gone through that class, kindly go back to the last video and then check, view and watch the last video on very valid gap. So I would have taken this trade on very valid gap, and then I would have just waited for you to take this low. But then even as such, I still have my PO high value, so I'm still expecting market to come back to my POI. So here I had a break of structure to the upside, which is giving me an expectation that perhaps we are going to my POI. So we had a valid break of structure over here. You can see this market has also taken liquidity, so I'm considering that place perhaps as a PO high. I'm considering that place as a PO high. Yeah, that's my break of structure, rather, not PO high. I'm considering that place as my break of structure because if this was not broken, I would have just taken this as a POI. Yeah, I would have taken this as a PO high and then just risk the sell. I would have risked the sell. Yeah, yes, I would have sold. And you can see we had a very good reaction over there. We have a very good reaction over there, and it would have given me a good number of pips. Yeah, it would have given me a good number of pips if I had taken the sell from that point. But then the market decided to break structure. The market decided to break structure to the upside. Who am I to question the market? Since that is what the market is saying it wants to do, who am I to question the market? So I will just continue with my continuation. You can see we had a very good number of tests over here. The market is really respecting order block supply and demand zone. It is really respecting this demand zone. And we had a break of structure to the upside, also respected a demand zone over here, a secondary point of interest. I'm going to talk about that later. So we had a good number of movement to the upside. So yeah, I'm expecting it as my PO high. It has tapped into my PO high, but then what next am I expecting? I'm not just going to enter the markets because it's tapped into my POI. Tapping into PO high is not a validation that I just have to take the markets blindly. So yeah, what am I looking for in the market since it has jumped into my POI? So what next am I looking out for? This 1 hour time frame, I cannot really see it, or I cannot really see my PO high on this 1 hour time frame. I can really see it on the H4 time frame. Yeah, I can see it on the H4 time frame. So I'm just going to do a good adjustment of my PO high. Yes, this is still fair. This is still fair since this is a very valid gap. You can see we had a good number of very valid gap on H4, also imbalances. You can see we had, let me just show you, we had a good number of imbalance on this H4 time frame. You can see within 3 candles, 1 2 3, you can see we had a good number of imbalance. This is also an imbalance from this candle to this candle. We had imbalance here. Now from this candle also to this candle. We had a good number of imbalance, so marking out this PO high is still very, very okay. I'm not refining anything. I'm just going to wait for my market to tap into the PO high, and then I wait for a confirmation to enter into the market. Yeah, I'm waiting for a good number of confirmation to enter into the market. I'm waiting for the market to give me a validation to enter. I'm not just going to jump because it has tapped into my PO high. As you can see, if we enter for a sell here, we are riding it so hard. We are riding it so hard to take our weekly low. So I'm just going to be entering the market for a confirmation. Personally, I trade confirmation trade. I pick confirmation trades, wait for break of structure, a minor break of structure to happen, then I take confirmation trades. So here we go. The market actually did something like that here. We had a break of structure inside our PO high. We violated two structure here, but that's still not a confirmation for me to just jump into the market. So we had a break of structure here. We violated this also. So but then, as you can see on this 4-hour time frame, our last break of structure is to the upside. Yeah, all these break of structures you are seeing, they are on 1-hour time frame. It is actually a 1-hour time frame structure, which is the internal structure of which I spoke about in my last video. Also, you can check out my last video to also have a clue and to get more information about what I said here. So this is my 1-hour time frame break of structure. It is still not a good confirmation for me to just jump into the market. Like I said, I love trading confirmation. Yeah, I love trading confirmation. So this is my low. I am not expecting the market to actually take. This is my low. I am not expecting my market to take. For this market, I entered for a buy around this region. Yeah, okay, yes, it was this area. I entered for a buy. Yes, this area. I entered for a buy in this area, and I took my profit here. It's still a very good number of pips I actually got. So, as I was saying, this is my structure. I am expecting the market to actually take. One of the criteria for this also is, yeah, the market did something like this, violated some things, and then I'm marking out this place as my PO high. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, so this is still my valid PO high for a buy. Still a valid POI for a buy. The market could, I'm not going to think for the market. I'm just going to let the market display whatever it wants. I'm not going to think for the market because that has also really affected me a lot. I actually trade based on what I want the market to do, not based on what the market is doing, and it really affected me a lot. So I have learned a lot of lessons. Yeah, I have learned a lot of lessons that you don't really need to think for the market. Let the market display what it wants. And because the market can blow away my PO high, my major PO high, it might actually blow it away and decide to give me a break of structure. Yeah, the market might decide to give me a break of structure. So this PO high, I'm still considering it based on what the market wants to do, not based on what I am thinking. So I am marking this place out as a PO high. Yeah, I'm marking it out as a PO high, and you can see the market really respected it, gave me a minor break of structure to the upside. Then you can see I had a good test here. I wanted to take this buy, but then the market left me out, so I couldn't enter this buy again. So that's just that for that. So over here, yes, since we've not taken this low, this is my low, so I'm still bullish for this pair. I'm still bullish, though my basic orientation for this is a sell market, it's a bearish market. So I have marked out my PO high, but then the market might decide to do whatever it wants. So I am marking this out. Since this is my last break of structure, I am marking this place out as my PO high. Market tapped into it and we are going upwards. So I'm just going to look at what is happening on the 1 hour time frame and then use it to judge what I am going to do. Yes, so we respected this, we respected this. So actually I am actually waiting for the market to take this eye. I am actually waiting for the market to take this eye. I'm waiting for the market to take this eye, and I think the reason this market is reacting in this area is because of this untested supply zone. Yeah, untested supply zone. So I'm going to talk about supply zone, so you don't really have to bother yourself. So this is an untested supply zone. So yeah, I guess that's why the market is reacting to that area. As you can see, this leg did not enter into this PO high, so the market is reacting to that. So even if the market is going to continue to sell over here, I would have marked out this particular place as a break of structure, and I was going to wait for a retest. If the market was going to continue from that area, I'm marking this place out as a break of structure. For me to continue to the downside, I'll just wait for a retest, and then I'm going to just ride the sell. Then I will change my bias that the market is now bearish, but then it hasn't breaking that low. Let me show you on 30 minutes what it is doing over there. You can see it is respecting this particular low I marked out, because that's my last break of structure, and this is the demand zone that is there. So it doesn't break in the demand zone, so why should I be thinking of being bearish? Not yet. So since I marked out that if it breaks that low, I'm just going to wait for a retest in market, because it has given me a structure I was going to use to continue to the downside if it eventually breaks this low, but then it hasn't broken this low. So I am still waiting for this eye to be taken. Once it is taken, wait for a minor break of structure, a very small minor break of structure, because it is at a peak. It is at higher time frame. It is as higher time frame PO high. So I'm just going to wait for it to give me a little break of structure, then I continue to the downside. But right now I am still kind of a little bit bullish on this pair until we take this low. So once we take this low, I wait for a confirmation, that is a retest. I wait for a retest into another block, into a supply zone, and then I take my sell. But before that, if it doesn't do that, I am going to wait for this eye to be broken. So once it is broken, I'm just going to also, because it is going to print out what is going to break structure. It's going to bring out a structure that I'm going to classify as a minor break of structure for my structure time frame. You understand? So for me to take the sell at retest, but currently it has not done any of that. It is still respecting the bullish move based on this demand zone that is being respected. So once we break a minor structure at that higher time frame PO high, then we're very, very good to go to take our sell. So that is that for this volatility 75 1s. Let us see what the market will do. Let us follow the market, and then watch out for what the market will do, and learn from whatever the market will do. You understand? Nobody is an island, and nobody's father owns the market. We all are just predicting. Yes, we are just predicting based on knowledge. So you can just watch out for what the market will do, and then you learn from whatever the market gives to you. All right, so thank you for watching. Thank you for staying by. Kindly like, comments, kindly subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel, and then share to your friends, share to everyone. Let them also benefit from what you're benefiting. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Thank you.